What's going on, my homies? Jolt here from TheTokenMinorities, and I am back with the Week 10 Team Builder of GBA Season 9. This is our final Team Builder of the regular season. I hope you guys are looking forward to this week's match, which will be against Danza, my fellow TTM member, and his Los Angeles Nidokings. You know, I'd say to go check him out, but you're already here. If you're already here, you should already know the Danza uploads to this very channel, so make sure to check out his battles from this season as well on this channel if you haven't already. Super entertaining guy. I love watching his videos. So yeah, just make sure to check that out. This week we're actually going to be doing a co-commentary over the battle. We kind of well, anyway, yeah, so you guys can just be looking forward to that. We'll both be doing the commentary over that match. But regardless, let's take a brief look here at the team matchup that Danza, I guess the draft that Danza has this season. He is rocking the Palkia, Genesect, Tapu Bulu, Hawlucha, Heatran, Florges, Crocodile, Silvally, Gengar, Kommo-o, and the Mega Alakazam. So all kinds of really scary offensive threats. Danza is red hot this season, bringing a lot of really scary combinations of like offensive mons and even some kind of fat defensive strategies as well. So he's on fire in terms of his building. Lately this season, I think he's won 5 in a row at this point against pretty good competition too. So, you know, Danza is going to be a tough matchup here this week for sure. But anyways, what's also kind of tricky about this game, at least from my perspective, is that, you know, this game is a must-win for him in terms of playoffs, and this game really doesn't have much of an impact for me in terms of my own playoff positioning, as I'm already going to be locked up in the number 2 seed unless Randy loses to Nexus this week, in which case if I beat Danza I might move up to the number 1 seed. But anyways, it's not really too big of an impact game, I guess, for me necessarily, as it is for someone like Danza who, you know, really needs to win this game to be able to move on. But unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to still try in this game. As much as I want to just give Danza the win, you know, to get 2 TTM guys in playoffs, that's not really fair to Cybertron, for example, who is in pretty much the competing position with Danza for this final playoff spot in our conference. So we're going to have to try our best here in this game. I may not go into quite as much detail as normal on my team builder, just in case I end up having to face Danza in playoffs at some point. Basically, the way I'm approaching this game is that if the winning records were to win out throughout the rest of the season, then I probably would only have to play Danza during this game and nothing else. So if I bring some of my better stuff here in this game and beat Danza, then it's very unlikely still that I would have to play him a second time. It's still possible, so I will kind of hold some sets closer to my chest and not really discuss them here. But anyway, it's a little bit more unlikely if I were to bring my good stuff here, win against Danza, and then kind of go from there. So anyway, that's kind of the thought process behind this build. It really sucks that I'm in this kind of position though, where I potentially have to you know, knock out my channel member, my friend, in from the playoffs here in the last week of the season. So anyway, we'll find a way around that, and or find a way through it anyways. But anyway, the team that he is rocking, or the draft that he is rocking, is pretty scary, and, you know, all kinds of offensive threats like I was saying before. He has used his Ubers incredibly well here later on in the season. He had a bit of a slow start this season with using those Pokemon. I think Genesect has been pretty consistent for him throughout the whole season. Palkia was a little bit hit or miss early on, but he's used it a lot better as the season's gone on. But those two are both obviously pretty annoying threats for my team to deal with, so I need to make sure that the team that I am bringing is going to match up well against those Pokemon, particularly something like a 4 attacks Palkia, or even sub Palkia. He's brought Substitute on Palkia several times this season, and Scarf Genesect is the most common set he has brought on Genesect this season as well. So those are the two primary, I guess 3 primary sets that I'm going to have in mind when I am constructing my team here for this week. But the most important thing I guess I want to point out for this particular team build is just the fact that his team is mostly pretty or very offensive. He has some defensive components on his team, but I don't think those defensive components really match up very well against my team. For example, something like Florges I think is very passive. Most people don't bring their bulky fairies against me just because of stuff like Magearna and Groudon on my team that can really abuse that stuff really well. So most people don't really bring their bulky fairies against me, so I don't really expect the Florges to come, and even if it does, I really think that's something I can abuse, like I was saying before. So some of his bulkier stuff like the Florges, even the Silvally, I don't really think those are necessary components that he might need to bring against my team, so he's probably going to go more on the offensive, which makes something like speed control or just general momentum, I guess, really important for this particular team. Danza loves his momentum as well, so I have to keep that in mind in my team build, as obviously stuff like Scarf Genesect can gain momentum on a lot of members of my team if I let it get out of hand. So yeah, so I have to keep that kind of thing in mind. But basically the strategy I'm going to go with here for this game, as you'll see in the builder here in just a second, is I'm going to go with Aurora Veil this week with the Alolan Ninetales. Alolan Ninetales, I haven't given it enough love this season, and you know, that's on me. I kind of had some issues with team synergy when I tried to bring Alolan Ninetales. I didn't really bring it as much as I thought I was going to, but you know, we're going to try to bring it again here against Danza with a bunch of setup threats as well, as you'll see here in just a sec. So you know, with the Aurora Veil up, I think that really helps my team from an offensive standpoint, and if I'm able to get some speed control setup options going behind the Aurora Veil, I think that's going to be really tough for a team like Danza's to deal with, especially when his best defoggers, the Sovali and the Hawlucha, those might be his only two defoggers actually. I don't think either of them match up particularly well against my team, so I should be able to keep the Aurora Veil up here in this matchup once I get it up in the game. So anyway, that's going to be what we are going to try to do here for this particular matchup. So we can go ahead and hop on over to the team builder. We can kind of jump in and see what I'm going to, what I actually bring here in this matchup. So,
man, haha, I did it. I successfully hijacked Jolt's team builder. Considering that Jolt and Danza are playing, I felt a little left out. And for those that don't know me, hi, my name is Styx. So yeah, considering that two of the big three for TTM are playing today, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna leave my mark in one way or another. So I decided to hijack Jolt's team builder and just see what type of garbage sets he's planning on bringing. Like right off the bat, seeing this Ninetales, I'm just like, dude, could you be any more stereotypical? Now, I'll be honest, I don't know the matchup. I spent all the time trying to hack into his computer and didn't even bother figuring out, like, well, besides who he was against, what the team is. I know that there's like a Genesect, there's a Palkia or something, but I mean, come on. Light Clay Ninetales, could you be any more generic? I mean, this is like day one sets you come up with, and okay, I'll give him a little bit of offense and Nasty Plot with Freeze Dry and HP Ground, but I mean, does this thing, I mean, it looks like it outspeeds Palkia, but I mean, just garbage right off the bat. That's, yeah, no, not a big fan of this, and I'm really hoping Jolt can manage to step up his game a little bit. I mean, what are these EVs? Like, yeah, it's level 50, but come on, HP Ground, what's that even for? It's not for Genesect, because Genesect would have to be hit by fire. Oh wait, Danza has a, you know what, no, I'm not even going to give him credit for the Heatran. Jolt is still garbage, and yeah, this Ninetales, the fact that it is a light clay set means that this team is probably centered around Aurora Veil, and that does not bode well for the rest of his team. Next up is, of course, it's going to be a Calm Mind Trick Room Magearn. I mean, come on, dude. Like, you're better than this. You're better than that, Jolt. You have a little more creativity. Another HP Ground, more Dazzling Gleam. I mean, this is just the same recurring theme over and over. And max HP, max defense. Did you even want this thing to be offensive? Yeah, you have Calm Mind, but come on, you can invest a little bit in special attack. This thing isn't killing anything. Jolt is absolute garbage. Like, okay, this is, I mean, I definitely wanted to hijack this, but I mean, there's not a lot of promise that I'm seeing right now in the team Jolt is bringing. Just a whole lot of disappointment, and I guess that sums up our friendship. But really, like, yeah, I could not be more disappointed in what he's doing. I don't even know if those EVs are legal with Magearna. I think you even have to have like 31 attacks. So Danza, I hope you're bringing foul play for this Magearna, because yeah, it's gonna have to have 31 attack EVs. Next up is going to be okay, well, we have an AV Groudon with still a little bit of setup in Power Up Punch. I mean, this just kind of looks like setup a dot team. Like, come on, Jolt, this is not, I expect better of you. I really, really do. Like, Precipice Blades, you're gonna miss it. We all know you're gonna miss it. Heck, you're not even gonna hit your Dragon Tails. You're gonna go for Power Up Punch. It's gonna do nothing on whatever Danza decides to bring in, and then you're gonna miss Precipice Blades, or you're gonna miss Dragon Tail as something's able to set up on you. I mean, what is this? This is supposed to be a setup Groudon, and what is it with Jolt and not running any like investment on the mons that he's trying to set up with? I mean, you got Ninetales who has like, okay, 132, but Ninetales has that base 81 special attack. That's not killing anything. You have the Magearna, which, okay, Dazzling Gleam, that's not a setup move. Calm Mind and Trick Room. Okay, Calm Mind lets you set up. I mean, that's okay, 4, really? You got that Gotta have that 4 in there. I mean, you couldn't throw a little bit. Couldn't have been like, I don't know, maybe modest, so that, or not modest, quiet, so that you can set up and hit as hard as possible. No, just had to go completely defensive and then try to set up. Yeah, Soul Heart is the most busted ability in the entire world, but that's beside the point. Come on, Jolt, you're better than that, and also my chair, you're better than that. Stop squeaking. But yeah, the Groudon is just another of the same. Not running any investment in it at all. I mean, you know what you could do? Just max out attack. Like, I don't know, throw a little bit more into attack so that Power Up Punch boosts it to absolutely insane levels. But nope, that's not what Jolt does. He has to go with like AV with a lot of SPDEF, a lot of speed and HP. It's an attacking set that sets up, but does it have any attack investment? No, and if this Aerodactyl has Home Claws, I bet you it does not have any attack investment. I'm not even going to look at the moveset until I see what attacks it has, because I will be able to tell you whether or not it's a setup variant. Okay, this has a little bit of attack. Nope, too much attack. It's not a setup variant. Nope, it is not. It is a Toxic Protect. Really, Jolt? You're going to do this? Like, I'm even starting to regret hacking this team builder, because this is atrocious. Like, this is everything that is wrong with the draft format embodied in Jolt. I mean, okay, at least Mega Arrow has a little bit of speed, and by a little bit of speed, I mean it has absolutely max speed. But like, what is this set supposed to do? Is it supposed to get up rocks? Is it supposed to be a Toxic Stall set? Because you don't even have Taunt. Like, Heal Beller can just easily come in, beat this arrow 1v1. Like, okay, a Mega Aerodactyl is able to get up rocks, and then it's probably just going to die. It's probably not going to do a whole lot. Like, Jolt, is this really what you were going for? Like, what's this investment even for? Like, throwing a little bit into the defenses. Like, I don't even know. Don't even know, man. Like, this is just... I thought the first 3 were bad. This is even worse. And if there's either sub or toxic on any of his last remaining mons, then I'm outski. Like, I'm just totally under the table out. Like, no, just completely done. So Arrow, okay, like, get up Stealth Rocks and then try to set up. I mean, still continuing with the whole standard team thing. Manaphy, okay, let's see. Oh, there's a little bit of special attack in there. That means he probably isn't necessarily a setup. Oh, nope. Calm mind. I mean, Manaphy gets Tail Glow, which is a much more offensive option, but does Jolt go with that? No, he just has to go for Calm Mind. Like, you have one of the best setup moves in the entire game, and you just completely forego it. It is, well, in favor of Calm Mind. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. Like, I am as disappointed as you guys are. And what is this? What is this, Toxic? Why is there Toxic on a Calm Mind's offensive mon? Like, come on, dude, just run another coverage move. Like, if you need to hit something that Skull and Ice Beam don't, well, Manaphy has a ton of coverage that, I mean, it's got this thing called Hidden Power. You can run that, but I mean, I guess Calm Mind doesn't boost it enough. If only Manaphy had a better special attack boosting move. Wait, it has Tail Glow that Jolt is for some reason not running. I mean, I just... Like, I finally see a boosting attacker with some special attack, but I'm just further disappointed he chose the inferior boosting move and didn't even bother with coverage. He was just like, nah, I don't need to think too much. I'm just going to slap Toxic on this thing. So just more and more disappointment. And he's even playing Brawlhalla while I'm trying to help him out. Like, that is unacceptable. And finally, this Mew, if this is another setup variant, okay, if Mew is set up, it will not have any attack investment at all. I can almost guarantee it. Nope, not set up. I was about to say I saw 252, and I was just like, that can't be a setup Mew, and lo and behold, it is a Scarf Mew. So I'll give him a little bit of credit. I mean, he definitely stole that set from me. I ran Scarf Mew way before it was cool. But I mean, like, okay, he's running Aura Sphere. That's, you know what, this is my favorite mon on the team. It is a very fast Mew turner, and if he doesn't say Mew turn, then I am going to do everything I can to kick him off the channel, even though we cone the channel together, and that's not how this works. No, like, this Mew, okay, I'll give him a little bit of credit for, because, okay, it's fast, it has Mew Turn, Psychic, Flamethrower, Aura Sphere, okay, that's some very solid coverage, maxed out speed. I mean, this is just a lazy spread. Like, he didn't even bother trying to run anything better. Like, sure, Genesect has 99 speed, and you could argue that Mew has to be at max speed in order to outspeed the Genesect, but I don't want to hear it. Like, this is just a lazy spread by Jolt. He could have gotten creative with something. He could have run, like, Shift Gear Mew, and I know it doesn't get shiftier, but let's just ignore that. Like, he's just, I don't know, seems like just a very lazy team, setup heavy team that just doesn't set up all that well. Like, yeah, it has a ton of bulk, but when you boost, you need more than a couple boosts for them to do anything. He's not even going to hit any of his moves with his Groudon. Just, I mean, I'm disappointed. I am overall disappointed in Jolt. I don't even know if he's just going to go straight into the battle. I don't know if he's going to, Like, I don't know if this video goes up a day earlier, just disappointment all around. I'm done. Like, I saw this team, thought I could make it more entertaining, but I just lost all faith. Like, I'm sorry, Jolt. Like, this is disgusting. I'm out.